Hey, all right, everyone. How is it going? It is Ian here from MakoCreate. We're coming back. We've got another live video. It's been a while. How are you guys doing? As usual, we love to hear from you in the chat section, wherever you are watching us. We are actually going out to loads and loads of places right now. So, regardless of where you're watching us in the chat feature, just let us know how you've been getting on during lockdown. It has been a while since we did our stop motion animation workshops with you. So, we would love to know how you are getting on. But we're not just stopping here for a quick chit chat. We have gone live for an actual reason, and that reason is I have got my partner in crime with me. Let's take a look. Who is it today? It's a Mr. Sean O'Hare. How you doing,
Hey,
Sean?
I'm good. How's everyone? Oh,
Excellent.
crazy lockdown. Yeah, very excited. Got this big event happening tomorrow. It's been crazy how many people have been liking and sharing and letting other people know about it and getting on board with it. It's absolutely exploded, hasn't it, in terms of the interest in people wanting to take part in this event. So really excited to get cracking and going with it all tomorrow.
Yeah. So there's some people that might be going, what is he talking about? So should we fill them in, Sean? Should we let them know? If you've been under a rock or on the moon or something, you might not have noticed that we have got a brand new workshop that's starting tomorrow, which is all about put my teeth in. It's all about coding computer games, which Sean is going to be delivering. It's not, you'll be pleased to know it's not me this time. You're going to have Sean for 5 weeks. So, what has happened has we've had quite a few questions in all the promo and stuff that we've put on Facebook and online. We've had quite a few questions. So, we thought we'd take this opportunity just to go live and walk you through some of the answers to those questions that you've had. So, basically, just stopping anybody from thinking, I can't do that, or how much is it, or that kind of thing. So, hopefully, what this video will do is put everybody's mind at rest. So, Sean, do you want to give us like a quick overview about like what the project is?
We've been doing coding workshops for years now, but this is, as Ian said, a brand new project. We are going to be coding computer game design. So this project is absolutely perfect for lots and lots of people. It's designed for beginners, so don't worry if you sat there going, I've never done any coding before, I've got no idea what I'm doing with this. Don't If you know a young person that's potentially interested in it, I'm sure it'll be great for them. But equally, it's available to older people as well. As Ian was saying, there's been loads of questions about it, and hopefully, we're going to answer them all during this session. But just rest assured, we've designed this project so as many people as possible will be able to take part in it. There's no need to download any expensive software or have anything particularly fancy gadget or gizmo to take part in it. We've tried to make it as universal as possible so as many people can get involved and have fun with this project.
Excellent. So, we have had a question already come through on Facebook. So that's excellent, and we'll tackle them as we go. Oh, sorry, if you can put them in, we might tackle them as we go, or we might just answer them all at the end. But please, please, please fire away. If you've got anything that you don't feel like we've covered, just put it in the comment section or the chat or wherever it is that you're watching this. So I guess a good place to take off from there, now that you know kind of roughly what it is when is it? So obviously it's starting tomorrow, but it's a 5 week course, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so 5 weeks, and it's going to be going on every Wednesday at 2 p.m. So try and make it a little bit of a schedule, help people out. It's going to be available each Wednesday live at 2 p.m. So if you are available or the young person that you're wanting to take part is available, you'll be able to do that weekly on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. We've not put an end time for them because depending on what we're covering, it might go slightly shorter or slightly longer, a little bit like Ian's with his stop motion animation one. There'll be loads of time, loads of things to be able to do after the session as well. But we're always going to try and keep them under an hour So starting at 2 p.m. and depending on exactly what we're covering that week will depend on the exact length of time, but a little bit flexible with that depending on what we're covering.
Great. Perfect. So this might sound like a little bit of a daft question, but where is it taking place?
Not a daft question. Lots of people asking that and interested in that. People obviously that have come to our workshops before, we might come out to you. You might have come and met us in a community centre or an art centre or something like that. This project is going out online. Specifically, it's going out via Facebook Live. We are going to be broadcasting it on our Facebook Live channel, so you can get it through our page. But we're partnering with Halton Libraries, so it's also going to be going out through Halton Libraries' Facebook page as well. We might be experimenting with putting it in some other places, but those are the two main places that you're going to be able to get it from. If you have signed up to our event, so we've made a Facebook event for this project, you should also be able to watch the video live from that event. So if you're wondering where to go, if you go to our Facebook page on Wednesday at 2 p.m., it should be on there in the video section. But if you're part of the event, I'm sure you'll get a nudge or a notification saying we've gone live in there, and it should go out live through there as well.
Yeah, just about everywhere. We'll let you into a little secret. This was also not just an opportunity to answer some questions that you might have. It's also a sneaky little test for us to figure out if we can push out to more than one places other than just Facebook, because we do listen and we have had feedback of people saying they're not on Facebook. So we've listened and we've set it up, and right now you could be watching this on Periscope, over on Twitter. We are live on YouTube, and we're also experimenting around with Twitch as well. So, which leads kind of nicely on to requirements, doesn't it? Because you will need to watch something, but you'll also need to do something. And the more places you can watch, the better that is. So I'll let you explain that a bit better, Sean.
Yeah, so we've had a few questions about requirements, what they need, what people need to be able to take part, and things like that. First of all, the main device that we would suggest somebody using is a computer. So whether that be a laptop or a freestanding computer or a Mac or a PC, it doesn't matter. We're going to be using online software. So as long as you've got a internet browser, you should be fine to be able to take part in it. We did have a couple of people ask about if you could do it on a mobile device or on a tablet. I've experimented using the software with an iPad before, and it did work. A few of the features are a little bit trickier to use, but if you've not got a computer and you've got a tablet or a mobile device, it should be possible to take part using it. It's just definitely going to be easier if you've got a computer, because you've got a bigger screen, access to a keyboard, and things like that when you're doing it. And so some of the features are just a lot easier. A few people asking if you need two devices to be able to take part in the project. You don't need two devices. If particularly if you're on a laptop, you might have two tabs open, or if you've got two screens, you might have the stream with myself presenting on one screen and then what you're working on another screen. And it is even possible to flip between the two different screens and do it. But it is easier if you've got two devices or two screens doing it. So a little bit of a tricky one with the requirements, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible for people to be able to do it no matter what device setup they've got. The one thing we would say is if you've only got the one device, we are going to be uploading the finished video to our YouTube channel and also to our Facebook library. So if you need to pause the video to watch something again or go back, that's completely fine. Don't feel you need to do it the exact same timing that we're doing it if you're struggling to go back and forth between screens and things like that. Hopefully that is that clear as mud. Have I explained that well? Sometimes I just go into a circle of talking. I don't know where I've ended up.
I think that that's okay. I think if you can, one device that you can watch Sean delivering on, and then another device that you can actually do the work on. And it is slightly better if you can make sure that that device that you're working on has a keyboard and a mouse, basically, isn't it?
Mm.
Is that's the rough
That
gist
would
of
be
it.
that would be the ideal setup. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, All right then. So now that that's clear as mud, we kind of answered it a little bit, but just to make sure it's dead clear, who is it for and who can take part?
It's an interesting one. Again, we've had this one quite a lot. So I like to think of it as the Joe Wicks equivalent of coding workshops. In that it's available for a massive wide range of people. This project, we're primarily aiming the project at ages 8 plus. But you guys know your young people, you know yourself, your older people. So it's suitable for anyone really with an interest in computer game designing and coding. If you've done any coding before, it's going to be a good advantage for you. So if you've done any Scratch or Purple Mash or Tinker or any of those kind of block-based coding, this system works off a similar process. So it'll be water as off a duck's back. What we would say is that it's a fantastic family activity. So if you know any young people that maybe haven't done any coding before or a little bit younger, but you think they'd really like doing it, it's a fantastic thing to be able to do as a family or parent and child or guardian or big brother, little sister type of vibe. There's loads of great ways for you to work together. You think that somebody might struggle a little bit, maybe just with an adult or an older person staying around and helping them take part throughout the session.
Excellent. All right. So let me split that screen real quick. There we go. So next question. I had a couple of people asking this. How much is it?
Yeah, it's completely free, which is which is brilliant. I'm sure that a lot of people kind of go. It probably goes hands in hands with the how do we sign up type of question. What do we do? But yeah, it's completely free. You don't need to do anything except tune in on our Facebook page, or as Ian was mentioning before, it's YouTube channel or Halton Libraries Facebook page or Twitch or Periscope. Have I named them all? I think I've got them all there. So yeah, it's completely free of charge. We're just going to broadcast it out live. All you need to do is tune in, and that's it. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Let me go back to my questions. What else have we got? We've done. When is it? Everybody knows when it is. Oh, I've got a good one. We've done when, where, who, and how much.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. A sneaky little one is prizes. What have we got?
Yeah, I've got one here. Ta-da. Hopefully, you guys can see that. I'm not sure if I'm on screen or not. Ian's controlling all the buttons. But we are been sponsored. Sponsored is probably the wrong word, but Kitronic have been nice enough to send us these arcade devices that they've made specifically for arcade by MakeCode, which is what we're going to use. We're going to go on about that a little bit in a second. But they are really cool. They are devices that are kind of like make us the games that we make during the sessions are going to be able to publish online, which is fantastic. It means that we can share them all around the world. But something that's really nice about these devices is that you can download them to them and then play them offline, a little bit like kind of your own personal Game Boy with games that you've designed on it. I think if I was a young person and this had existed when I was younger, it would have literally blown my mind. It's that cool of a prize. So it means that you can download your games, play them, share them. They've got things like buzzers inside them, vibration, the ability to stick extra wires in them and extend the control if you want to. So really, really cool prizes for anyone interested in computer games or coding or electronics. Really fun and really nifty. Kicktronic Arcade. Can't thank Kicktronic enough for sending those over to us and letting us give them away. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a competition each week where at the end of the session, we're going to send you a link where you can send us your games and then we're going to have a play with them and we're going to choose our favorite game. And then the person that wins our favorite game that week will win one of these cool arcades. And we're going to be doing that each week.
Cool. Excellent. I think that just about covers it. I've got another. I think you've already touched on it, Sean, but there's just another question about requirements. So we talked a little bit about hardware. You
Yeah.
mentioned that they definitely need an internet connection.
That's correct. Did I? I might not
I'm
have
not
done.
sure. You might have done, but
You
you do.
definitely do. Yeah, yeah, you do. Because we're going to be doing it online. Ian, could you share my screen at the moment?
I definitely can. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, the reason that we're going to need an internet connection is that we're going to be doing this via a website. The website is MakeCode Arcade. So, all you need to do is if you Google MakeCode and Arcade, it'll probably be the first hit that comes up. But the URL is arcade.makecode.com. And if anyone's worrying a little bit about if they're going to be able to do it, if they're going to be able to take part, maybe before the session, so before tomorrow, just have a quick look, make sure you can get onto this website okay, and you can browse through it and stuff. But there's loads of cool tutorials and things like that that are on here. So as well as the stuff that we're doing, you can continue the learning in your own time if you want to and take part in it. So we're doing 5 sessions, but there's literally hundreds of hours, I would say, of tutorials and things like that on here. So loads of stuff that you can do in your own time. But yeah, no need to, as I was saying before, no need to download anything or anything like that. This coding is all done in browser. So yeah, this is the website that you'll be using. Someone else asked me, I'm going to sneak it into this one. Someone else said, is there any prep they can do before the session? So that was a great question. I can't remember who said it, but well done, whoever asked it on Facebook. There's no prep that you need to do before any of the sessions. We'll go through everything during the sessions, but each week we're going to announce what the topic is and what we're going to be focusing on. And this first week, we're going to be looking at character design and how that's done and how you can make sprites that move around and interact in your game. So if you're thinking of something or you're wanting to do a little bit of prep before tomorrow's session, maybe just thinking about who your favorite 2D characters are, or maybe even 3D characters, and you can make them into 2D characters. But yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at, character design. So yeah, thinking about your favorite characters and maybe coming up with some ideas for your own characters that you might like to have. We did a poll actually on one of the other events, and we did Sonic versus Mario, and I think that Mario had about 50 votes and Sonic 25 votes. I didn't know what was your favorite, Ian, before between
Oh,
them two.
definitely Mario. Sonic was too hard for me. He went too fast.
I was a SNES guy myself, so Mario
Yeah.
was I always quite liked Sonic from afar, but yeah, I've got to sort of, my real heart lies with Mario. Yeah,
Just real quick then, some people have asked some questions, some of
yeah,
which we've already covered, but just to kind of go over them. Lucy Storer has asked, said it's George, so using somebody else's account. Can I use an iPad or do you need a laptop? So Sean's already kind of covered that, but just to make it clear.
yes, I did make some games last week on an iPad, and most of the features seem to work okay. If you do have a computer, it does run smoother on a computer, so I would recommend, if possible, you do use a computer. If not, don't think you can't do it. Definitely give it a try on a tablet or an iPad, as you can use it because it's run through the web browser.
Cool. And one last question. I think that's from a Juice Rhino. Sorry, we are both dyslexic, so
Yeah. People's
apologies for
names are going to
butchering your
get
name
butchered
there.
on these streams.
How do you win it? He's obviously referring to the Kitronic gamepad. We will put links to a page on our website where you can submit your games to us, and then it's a competition. Basically, we will pick a competition. Now, that's for this week. That's for week number 1. We might move the goalpost a little bit on you as weeks go by. It might not necessarily be who's the best game. It might be who's come up with the best level design or character design, or it might just be who's gone the furthest. You know, who's considering where you started and where you ended up. It might be something like that. We could also potentially do things like let you guys decide, do a vote or something like that. So
Yeah,
this week we are going to be the Simon Cowell. We're going to
yeah.
be the judge and figure it out. But
We're gonna
um,
we'll play the game as well. We'll do a little bit of a live stream of the winning game as well during the stream the week after. So what we'll do is, as Ian was saying, after the first stream, we'll get you to submit your games to us. You don't have to do that right at the end of the stream as well. That's worth pointing out. So you can carry on working on your game. We'll probably put a deadline on it towards the end of the week, or maybe even the beginning of next week, to give us time to look through them all before the stream. We'll pick a winner, and yeah, we'll play it out. So we'll play the winning game on the next week.
Yeah. Just had some people suggesting the browser doesn't support it in the chat. So the beauty of it is that it's browser based, so you don't need a specific app. You can just log on, which means it goes across Apple and Android and anywhere basically you can get online. But you might potentially have some issues with your browser. Luckily, though, sometimes the good old-fashioned restart of a browser works, but also there are other browsers out there. So if you can, Sean, do you know which browsers it plays nicely with?
I was just going to say the two that I've been experimenting with and I know have been working fine with it are Google Chrome and Safari. Both worked perfectly for me when I've done it. I've not gone through a full list of them, but those two have been working completely fine for me. Yes, I wouldn't want to recommend any of us just in case I say them and they don't work. But yeah.
Lovely bit of kind of peer help in the chat. I can see that Caroline's just trying to help out there, just suggesting trying a different browser, which is exactly what we've just said. So yeah, Firefox, Safari, Chrome. Dare we say it, even Internet Explorer? No, don't. I didn't say that. Don't try that. So I think that is all the questions. Feel free to fire any more that you might have over to us real quick. But I think that's everything that we wanted to cover. So yeah, head over to our Facebook page if you're not already there, which is MakoCreate, and have a little jump into the events section. And in there, you will find the event for this week. And that is the best place where you'll see all the details, anything about what you might need, or some of the questions that we've covered in here, any updates or anything like that. That's the best place to get info on what it is that we're doing. And that will also be the place where you'll get info on week 2 and week 3 and week 4 and week 5. So head over there. That is my best bit of advice. But we've also got our YouTube channel. So we'll be streaming there as well, which is MakoCreate. Jump over there, hit that like and subscribe button. That would be amazing. And if you are not on any of those platforms, we are on Periscope via Twitter, which is at MakoCreate UK. We won't be live on Instagram, but if you do want to check out our content over there, that is also MakoCreate UK over on Instagram. And that is the whole sales pitch over and done with, I think. I've got that pretty down pat now, I think.
That's pretty good. I've just done a bit of research while you were doing that spiel there, and Firefox works for it as well, completely fine. So Safari, Chrome, Firefox, free decent browsers there that might be, and it might, to be honest with you, well, it might just mean that you need to update your browser. It might mean that the same browser you're using does work but needs a little bit of an update. That could be the problem as well. But worth just having a quick check before the session tomorrow, so that you can either download another browser or do an update, or yeah, just get yourself sorted so you're able to get onto it.
Some more lovely help here from Caroline via the chat. She said she's just tested Edge, which is Microsoft's newer version of Internet Explorer, and it works fine on that. So if that's where you were at, if you still stuck with Internet Explorer, shift on over to the new version, which is Edge, and it looks like it works, according to Caroline. So that's amazing. Thank you very much. There you go. We've learned something as well, Sean.
Yeah, get that in the description.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. All right, so really quick then, just to reiterate, let's have a go of these graphics that we've been pushing out. What do you need to join in? A computer and the internet, ideally with another device that you can watch the stream on. Who's it for? It's for 8-year-olds or above if they're working solo. If they're a little bit younger, then possibly get a grown-up in to help out, or like Sean said, older brothers and sisters. That would be amazing. It's also great for adults as well. We won't tell anybody. If we've got any big kids on here and you just want to have a go at coding a game, that is absolutely fine. Sean's been spending ages on it.
Yeah,
And how much is it? It's free. The only thing that we would ask from you is whatever platform you're watching it on, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a share, give us a subscribe. That's all it's going to cost you. And week number 1 is where we're going to start on the 20th of the 5th, 2020, which is tomorrow, and we're going to be doing character design. That is everything, isn't it? That's
that's it.
everything everyone needs to know. So that we'll leave it there. This until tomorrow, 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be coming live to you, or Sean will be coming live to you, and we'll be walking you through absolutely everything you need to know to get started coding your own computer game. That is no more questions come through, so that is our cue to go, I think, Sean.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and yeah, going through this and getting started with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing all the different types of characters that you're going to be coming up with. I'm looking forward to seeing Nikki. Nikki's not here with us today, but she's going to be doing it with us from Halton Libraries, seeing how she gets on and what she comes up with. But yeah, buzzing. One last plea, if you know anyone that you think would enjoy this session, please share the event with them. It's completely free of charge, so the more people we can get involved in it and learning how to code their own computer games, the better.
Excellent. Yeah. So that is enough of me and Sean waffling at you now. We'll save all the good stuff until tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you at 2 p.m. on whichever platform you choose. So yeah, until then, have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everyone.